There's writing scrawled everywhere, must be in ultraviolet ink. Definitely the product of a deranged mind, but whose? Ultraviolet ink. I thought you would have said something like blood or another bodily fluid, because those things tend to glow under UV. There's only one green-blooded land-dwelling creature big enough to lose this much blood, and I don't see many skink lizards lying about. Okay. Whatever happened in here, someone must have been in a great deal of pain. Wow, this guy is just clever, I can tell you that. Just pointing things out, left and right. What are these things? Professor, these are the biomedical journals of Dr. J. Peters, Master's of Science PhD, completed between the dates of 30th of March 1969 and 1st of January 1972. At the Northwestern Research Station within the Northwestern Iron Mine, with the permission of Delta Mining Corp. Replication of selected extracts left at the disposal of mine foreman. Subject of study, Janus Rheacophila, commonly grey rock worm. Aim: to investigate the abnormal presence of the cadus in the Greenland rock. Method: collection of samples, if indeed they can be identified correctly, standard series of testing, observation and dissection. Personal note: upon arrival at the mining facility, I was immediately stunned by the sheer volume of fauna that finds a way of life down here. Sheer volume. Well, there's spiders, there's the worm, and then there's zombie dogs. Despite the conditions. In general, one would assume that species whose natural habitat is past a certain depth would find the intrusion of human activity too great a threat to remain in place. However, almost the exact opposite seems to be the case in this instance. It is curious that certain areas of the mine appear to be entirely without life of any kind. Yet other deeper areas are teeming, and were the situation permitting, I would embrace the opportunity to commit further time to the study of these organisms. However, the purpose of my stay here shall continue to be the Janus, the rockworm. Me. Finally some writing paper. Look at me, just using up the pages to scroll down whatever comes to my head. What is this stuff anyway? Some kind of research paper, no matter it's paper all the same. I can finally record what's been happening down here for, I suppose, about a year now. It must be near the end of 2001 by now. Wait, what? I wonder when Christmas was. No matter, too tired to write now. We'll rest a little first. Wait, 2001? I thought this game started in 2000. Me. Is that me as in the player character? Professor. Samples collected. The collection process has been far easier than I anticipated. The setup of the artificial environment for the rockworm went without a hitch. The artificial environment of the rockworm. And the specimens themselves are so abundant as to make keeping them out far more challenging than containing them. They are all of healthy size, perhaps even beyond recorded size. I can only assume that this is due to some lack of natural predators down here. Specimens are as follows: 3 adults in artificial habitat, 2 larval infants dead. Okay, those must be the jars. Me. I've been down here 2 days now, was meaning to record events every day but was too busy securing the area. I've used some supplies from the old mining system to warm myself in here. Okay, so the guy, I guess that was the brick wall we demolished. It seems as safe a place as any, so those things should at least stay put for a little while. To that end, seems I've had a pretty lucky stumbling here. All this old research is about something similar to what's been hunting me ever since I escaped a shelter 4 days ago. Who is this guy? Don't get me wrong, after what they did to me back there, I'd rather be facing anything else. And after almost a year of fighting for our lives, we didn't really stand a chance anyway. I don't know how many are left inside. Maybe it's red. But this is good. These notes might have some way to fight the things. The rockworms that followed me here, I don't know how they knew I was coming or how they managed to follow me in the dark, but maybe I can work that out now. I found some old newspaper clippings. I guess they're referring to this mine. I had no idea it was so old, so big. I can see now why they built their facility in here in the first place. A lot of history buried down here. I don't understand. It worries me though. We've been resting all our hopes of rescue on one of the scientists who escaped right near the start of it all. He got out almost as the chaos began, so we figured he might have made it out and brought help, but maybe me and him are due the same fate. I must record what's going on, give the world the answers it needs, so it doesn't fall prey to what's been released down here. Well, that sounds fun. But first I need to worry about myself, find a way out of here and work out how to kill these worm things. Oh my god, there's so much reading in this game. Professor, observations. The creatures are indeed larger than has previously been recorded. The juveniles seem to be still growing far beyond their natural limits, although the adults have now expired. I will watch with interest to see what the lifespan is of this particular subspecies. The worms appear to have 3 senses, as would be validated by previous research. Taste, smell, and an extremely sensitive sense of touch, which allows them to detect vibrations in the rock in the same way that the human eye sees beams of light and processes them into spatial images. Their natural prey is insects smaller than themselves, and heaven help those insects because the worm is a vicious and efficient killer. Well, that's comforting. Me, he's wrong. They have no sense of smell. Today I attempted to distract them with a concoction I found lying around, but to no avail. However, it does seem that they detect movement via vibrations, which would explain how they can see in the dark. Damn, there's almost no way to escape them down here. I'm on their territory now. Yeah, you are. Lifespan is 3 days and counting. I can still hear them outside the wall. As an extra precaution, I've locked myself in the smaller study area, connected to the main room. If they get through that wall, I doubt this door will stop them, but it's better than nothing. Professor, conclusions. The subspecies of genus Rheacophila is highly adapted for its environment. Well, that's a insightful observation there, Professor. If released above the surface, it seems likely that it would quickly destroy the existing rockworm population, and soon after that the population would grow to a size far outstripping its own food supplies. Given its increase in size and lifespan already due to unknown conditions, I would hypothesize that the worm, if left in such conditions for a reasonable period of time, perhaps 3,000 to 4,000 years, could grow up to a further 3 inches, making a total of almost 1 foot long. 1 foot long. Wow, aren't you underestimating that one? However, should those conditions change or indeed magnify, physical evolution could occur far more rapidly. Yeah, they could. Me, it's the 5th day today and I swear they've begun to surround my location. I can't tell whether or not they have breached the wall I built, but I'm certain they have entered whatever area surrounds this room. The future looks increasingly bleak. I intended to record here the events of the past year in the hope that perhaps what occurred could be contained or driven away. Now I realize I could write all I wanted. No one will ever make it down here to read it. Oh, I'm reading. I made it. So why write this now? Good question. I have no answer. All I know is I'd rather take my own life than die at the jaws of these hideous monsters. I have tied a noose. Those monsters may feed on my corpse, but they won't take my life. Wow, that's disappointing. Where's the noose? I don't see any noose. What does that say, actually? They left the blood lonely, but its deep head is alone. The darkness eats. Flesh needs no light. Body, water, meat. Nothing too interesting. What's in here? Nothing. disappointing. So I guess these are the adults. It's an artificial habitat. Those things look long dead. I think I know how they felt not being able to get out. They're worms. They don't feel. They eat you, that's all. And no, I don't think you know how a worm feels, alright? It's a worm. From the debris, I'd say something huge broke into the room not too long ago. There's blood and slime everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what it is. It's pretty dark in here. Wait, we can't actually go in there? Oh, okay, so where am I going then?
While you hunt for those delicate, melt-in-your-mouth mousy morsels, there are places you should not go, for fear of death. The Reaper lives here, just like you and I. And just like you and I, he must ingest the living flesh of those less fortunate than him. There is a small place that I do not want you to visit, even on your holidays, because it is dark and evil place that I've been. When the darkness has overwhelmed my small decaying mind, some bad things have flowed from my mind and through my pen. The brilliant blue ink itself seemed to turn to blood into my grace. And by the way, should you turn peckish, red is at its finest sautéed with a little engine oil.
So, is he saying that he wrote this stuff? It didn't really help at all though. And I can't believe I can't get in here. So I don't know where I'm going next, unless there's like a secret door somewhere. I don't know what's going on here. If we're not going that way, do I break stuff? Do I break stuff? No. No. Do I kill stuff? That's pretty gross, but it didn't help. Okay, well, he talked to me when I came back this way. I don't think we're meant to go backwards, but can't really think of any other place to go to. I don't think we've quite explored this whole area yet. Back this way, because we went into the... I can't even remember what it's called. Okay, the game just saved, so maybe I am meant to come back. Let's find that map. It's a dog. Okay, so we went to two storage sections. See, we went to shaft 12, refinery. I don't think we've been to shaft 13 yet. And if you look in the to-do list, section C needs a code to unlock. Maybe I'm meant to... Oh, hi dog. I'm meant to go to shaft 13 in In which case I don't know why we came all this way. This is sure, let's just do that. Shaft 13, refinery, shaft 12, a dog. Don't turn around, oh crap. Shaft 12, shaft 13. I think I managed to get away. Okay, so here's more of the steam stuff.